Welcome back, guys. I have another exciting luxury home tour waiting for you. This house has 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, main floor stocked with all the goodies that are trending these days, and I can't wait to show you inside. I want to start off by going through all of the details and finishes that I think look really nice and have enhanced this property, where it could have been something plain and boring is now super trendy and totally upgraded. So you guys let me know what you think. If you have not subscribed to our channel, I ask you to do that right now. This would be the time. Subscribe, like the video, and comment below. Let me know what areas you like the most. So I want to start with the front foyer area because this is like one of those homes that when you walk in and you open the door, you kind of go, oh wow, this is different. Look at this front foyer door. I mean, this door is totally custom made. And if you see from the exterior, the other side of this property is a mirror image of this door. So you have this one big building and you have this design kind of going, and I think it's super fabulous. It's very different. I haven't seen something like this before, where it gives you a nice detail in the door and it's all glass. For privacy reasons though, I know a lot of you might be thinking, oh, but people can see inside my house. No, because when you're standing where I'm standing, there is a complete barrier in front of you where you do not get to see inside of the house. And other thing is that whoever moves in here can possibly frost this glass so that nobody can see through and is totally private. So some of the details in this house that I love is this wall paneling here. This is actually really genius because there's a bunch of vents behind here that the builder was trying to cover. So he came up with this amazing, clever idea to panel the whole wall, put some LED strip lights behind it, and turn it into a feature wall where you walk in from the front foyer. This side, it's actually like really powerful, and it kind of speaks to you and says, this is an upgraded house. What they did was, on top of it, instead of finishing it off with just drywall or paint, they put wallpaper over it, which is amazing. It's white with a little bit of gold. And this theme actually kind of flows into the floor because now you have the white stone with gold inlays, which I think is really nice too. It's very clean looking, which is great, but also has a little bit of detail with the gold inlays kind of running through the staircase and up. So it's not so busy, but it's nice and clean and airy looking. So I think this is definitely a winner. So my favorite styling layout, open concept. Yes, we have an open concept main floor here. And it's so nice to stage this room. I mean, when I first came in through at the consultation, I already had my vision in mind because I saw all of the gold accents and the nice, gorgeous, neutral flooring. So I thought, we have to do contemporary with this house. This is gonna be one of those homes that's gonna be a showstopper, and it really has been. So we have over here our glass top table with a brass base, 8 chairs. I know you guys have seen this furniture before, but it's just in a different setting, different mood, different setup, which makes it look so special and versatile. We did it with our gray and white 8x10 area rug. We had art brought in by Brock. You guys know our art installer. He did all of these paintings and they are so special. We had to hand pick each one for each room, but then also considering that it is open concept and there needs to be a flow. So let's talk about the room itself. This is our dining room. I love the details of this space. Just check out the ceiling over here. This is so different and unique. I haven't really seen this done in other homes. They have these gorgeous black windows that I think looks really contemporary and pretty. A big contrast. So guys, if you're looking to replace your windows, consider doing them in a darker finish versus the white vinyl finish, which, I mean, most of the homes in a basic setting would come in. This is considered more of an upgrade. It is more expensive, but look at the difference it makes in the space when you have all of these white walls and you have this dark window. It kind of speaks to you. It kind of pops out on its own, creates contrast, creates dimension, and also it allows you to play around with the furniture. If you want to do some dark pieces, they'll just kind of kick off of each other. So you know how we talk about dead space? Well, this could potentially have been a dead space over here, but the builder was wise enough to actually put it into use, and he built a custom cabinetry here, which is really wise because one, upgrades the house, and two, you don't have to go through the hassle of finding a piece that would fit exactly into this. And to be honest with you, this is about 3 feet deep. You probably wouldn't be able to find a cabinetry that would be 3 feet deep. You would have to do something custom. So I thought, what should I do with this? We accessorized it with nice neutral accessories. So we have 2 of our vases and 2 more linear vases. I kind of wanted to stagger them, create a little bit of elevation. You do have this window which oversees the foyer area, which is really nice because it does open up the space. Instead of having this as a drywall, as a solid wall, this creates a little bit more of that area effect where you feel like you're in this room, but then you have that space as well. So if you're thinking of doing something with your dead space, I would give you an idea about if you're dealing with something like this, you could possibly do a built-in wine cellar. We've done this in a lot of our properties, and it does create a lot of luxury in this space. It absolutely increases the value of the property because you're putting in more upgrades, and this, like a wine cellar of some sort, is something that most people will appreciate. Some people don't drink wine, but they just like to display wine or just have this nice display. Or full height cabinetry could also do the trick if you don't want this partition. This room was one of those rooms that I fell in love with automatically just because of the setting. This house is so open and airy. It makes you feel good being in it, even without the furniture. And now that the furniture is added into it, it just finishes everything off and makes it that much more homey and welcoming. So we have our beautiful fireplace here that we were working with. We decided to do a sofa, a chaise on this side. I didn't want to do a matchy-matchy sofa love, and I didn't want to really do a love seat, so I thought to do a chaise where it's a little bit more open at the back. Gives it more of that contemporary modern feel, and we wanted to continue that aesthetics with the rest of the room. So then we brought in some of our brass. Obviously, the house is covered in brass, so we have to bring in our brass as well. We have them in our furniture with this beautiful accent chair. This one has some channeling all around it, done in a gorgeous ultra suede fabric. We have our coffee table in brass, some of the accessories done in brass, and the artwork itself. So the artwork is meant to kind of make everything pop. The walls are white, you need some color here and there. So we decided to bring in some color in our artwork over the fireplace here and kept some of the other ones a little bit more neutral. You could definitely fit in more furniture if you wanted to, but again, for staging purposes, I always say, leave room for people to walk around. I know we're trying to show seating, but you also don't want to be cluttering up the space. So be careful with the furniture you choose. If it's a glass top or a solid top, you have a solid fireplace here. So it's nice to bring in something glass material to break up all of the solids. We have some solids in our accent tables, but I didn't want to do everything solid. So it's nice to break up some of your materials where you can. So the kitchen in this house actually takes up pretty much half of the main floor. It's absolutely fantastic, guys. This kitchen is built for families that like to entertain or big families. Just check this out. All around you, 360 degrees, all cabinetry. So there is a mix of materials, and you'll see that you see the wood grain in these darker cabinets, whereas on the MDF painted material, you don't have the wood grain. It's just a solid, smooth, finish, and they carried on the brass hardware throughout. So this kitchen is not only special because of its beautiful features, but I haven't seen this before, guys. There are 4 sinks in this one kitchen. So you have 2 right behind me, none on the island, which I love. They've kept it nice and clean. Another one on just across from me, and another one beside it by the bar, which I think is really a great idea. I mean, you can't have enough sinks, right? So you know how we had a video come out about all of the trends and things that you could do to keep up with some of the trends? Well, I see one of our trends here, and that is paneled appliances. Guys, check out that video because there's so many tips in there that you could possibly apply into your next build or renovation. But I see it here, and I think it just makes the space feel so much cleaner. So now imagine you had a stainless steel fridge and a freezer here. It wouldn't look the same, right? And then you have your built-in oven right beside it. And let's talk about this island. This is an oversized island. And what they've done here is because they had the space, they actually did an extension here for a counter table, which is fantastic. And they actually did it with live edge wood. Guys, this is a great feature to have. It doesn't have to be live edge wood. This is just an add-on to the design. I personally, if you ask me, I feel like this is a great setup if you have younger children, just because sometimes you don't want to be putting young kids on bar height tables, so you want to make sure they're seated on the ground and like secured. This would be a great height for that, or it kind of gives off that like cool modern look where it's like a Japanese style table, lower, and you do some nice low kind of airy chairs with it like we did. Ours is in an ultra suede fabric with the brass details, again continuing with the rest of the theme of the house. So we did our breakfast table going alongside of the island, so it kind of looks like it's continuing with the island. We did have the space for it, and I feel like the setup here turned out really nice. We could have turned it the other way too, or kept it like this. This just kind of flows with the island and comes out this way. You still have ample walking space to walk around the table without feeling it being too tight or overbearing. Glass top table is definitely a good option when you're doing something like this, because to bring in another stone or wood would throw things off a little bit. I feel like there's already enough of that material kind of being showcased in the kitchen, where a glass just kind of neutralizes and gets muted in with the rest of the setup. So how do you complete a custom kitchen? Well, obviously you would have a chef's desk. And this house has a nice corner built in here with the chef's desk. I think this would be a very practical space for any kids that want to sit down and do homework, or if parents want to sit down and do some work. This is a great setup for that. It kind of gives you that office feel, working station within the kitchen. I've seen this in a lot of homes. A lot of homes do this when they have the space for it. And this kitchen definitely has a space because it's just oversized and they could do that with it. Then we come on this side and we have another round of built-ins. I mean, storage. Do you see how much storage this house has? So important, and I'm sure the buyers of this house will definitely appreciate this. So let's talk about the countertop a little bit. They did a stone countertop where it kind of book matches into the backsplash. We always talk about this, and I always say how nice I think this look is because it's so clean and airy looking. It just neutralizes the space. I mean, I sometimes have clients asking me, oh, well, what if we did a mosaic or another stone on top? Yes, you could do that. Depends on the setting and what you're doing with the space. But if you have one kitchen and that one kitchen is to be displayed, I would do a uniformed countertop and then book match it into my backsplash because it'll make your space look bigger. And if you choose the right stone that has beautiful veining in it like this one, you can create almost like an artwork into your kitchen and make it that much more special. You guys ready to go check out upstairs? First, let's talk about the staircase. I mean, I know glass staircases are something that a lot of people consider, but I feel like I just want to put it out there that it's not for all homes. I mean, I go into some homes and they're renovating or they're, building a house and they're talking about what to do with the staircase. You cannot just insert glass staircases in any property and expect it to look good. So some properties, like traditional homes, do not get a glass staircase because it doesn't really set the mood for a traditional house. This kind of setting is more for a house, something like this, a little bit more contemporary or modern. I would not go towards transitional homes and traditional homes because it will actually make it look very off and it doesn't belong in the space. I really do love the floating staircase here. I think it adds a nice value to the property because they're not cheap. Just because the house is a little bit more modern, it does open up your view. So when you're standing on that side of the house, you don't have this solid piece of staircase in front of you. It kind of lets your eye flow through and see beyond. Guys, let's go check out upstairs. Here we are on the second floor, and was I right about the natural light in here? Check this out. The skylight above has definitely done its job here in creating a nice, airy, and open space, because without this, just imagine how dark it would be. But you also have to consider the maintenance of a skylight, because over time, it can create some problems, so just be sure that you get it installed properly. And now we're in the primary bedroom. Guys, this bedroom is fully custom. I mean, check out all of this cabinetry beside me over here. All of this is custom closet for this bedroom. So you don't have a designated area for a closet. It was done as a built-in, which is fantastic because it saves a lot of space. So if you're building a house and you feel like your bedroom is going to be small, consider doing a wall of closet like this, because this will actually give you a lot of storage space without taking a whole chunk of your room for a closet. You have a beautiful wall unit kind of designed here where you can put your TV. We're showing it with an art piece here given to us by Brock. I love the finishes here. They've done a little bit more of a modern contemporary look with the high gloss cabinets here. They didn't do the painted finish. So this gives it a little bit more of a modern look. And they did black hardware, which is fantastic. Then on these ones, this is actually a pre-finished material as well. It kind of gives off the impression that it's wallpaper, but it's actually not. This is a pre-finished material that you can get in like a linen type of finish. Stepping into the bedside, we have, first of all, a full length of windows, which is great. So we have this huge bedroom that we had to style, and we used our king size bed, two good size nightstands, nice accessories, bedding, decorative pillows, and we had Brock bring in this beautiful art. I handpicked this one. I thought it was a great contrast to add to the room where everything was light and neutral. This just kind of gives it a punch in your face, like bam, here I am. And you have the white accent, which I think was nice with the white furniture that we have here. Speaking of accents, check out what's above us here, guys. Look at this oval design that they did in the ceiling. I think this is really nice feature to have. It probably wouldn't look nice in just any setting, but in this room, it actually shows itself really nicely. So it almost gives off like an art effect with all of the LED lighting inside, which if you have all the lights off at nighttime, you turn this on, it really sets off a nice, beautiful setting. This bathroom is straight out of like a Gatsby type of era, golden era, 1920s, screams out to you. So they have beautiful finishes here. So they kept up with the black and white theme. And I like how the floor, again, is very clean looking, no drama whatsoever. But then your eyes kind of come up and you see what's around you and you're like, oh, this is fantastic. You have beautiful black cabinetry with a gorgeous brass finish. This actually is my favorite finish in brass. It's not that light color gold. It's that more like an aged brass, antiqued brass, I would say. So we accented with our accessories, all black, added some green just to give a pop of color, put some towels on. They have beautiful black mirrors. I love the shape of these. They're not your typical wall-to-wall mirrors. This is very custom looking. Gorgeous light fixtures, very linear, clean looking. Really, there's not too much fuss in this bathroom, but I feel like with the combination of the finishes, it just screams drama, which is nice. Then we have a gorgeous bathtub here, and I love the shape of this. It's in an oval, but kind of rounded, kind of egged shape, I would say. Beautiful tiling over here. It's mixed in with like a shiny finish, like a polished finish, and a honed finish, which gives off like a little bit of a three-dimensional kind of effect. It really looks nice with all the white veining. We added a light blue art on top just to give it a pop of color. It actually has a nice stand-up shower here too, again with all of the same finishes continuing from beginning all the way to the end of the bathroom. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. There was a lot of features and details in this property that we haven't seen in some of our other homes, and I'm glad that we can bring it out and display them to you. Let us know, comment below which features you love the most, which features you would change if you had the chance, and definitely subscribe to the channel, please, because it actually does help us a lot. We love to create content for you and show you all these beautiful homes, and your support means the world to us. If you haven't already, check us out on Instagram @StyleWithSanaz, and now we're on TikTok, Style with Sanaz. We'll see you guys next time.